Theresa May will today insist that Britain is allowed to begin striking global trade deals and registering new EU arrivals on the first day after Brexit. Eurosceptics have voiced concerns over the Prime Minister's plan for a two-year transition period following our official exit on March 29, 2019. Brussels has said during the period the UK will have to remain under the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice and be forced to abide by freedom of movement rules. Critics say it is remaining in the EU in all but name. But in a bid to allay fears among her backbenchers, Mrs May will today tell MPs the country will start the process of going its own way during the transition. In a statement to the Commons following a European Council summit in Brussels last week, Mrs May will welcome the shared desire of the EU and the UK to make rapid progress on an implementation period. In a further boost, it was reported last night that senior party figures could ask the PM to remain leader until the end of the transition period in 2021, shortly before the next election. In a statement to the Commons following a European Council summit in Brussels last week, Mrs May will welcome the shared desire of the EU and the UK to make rapid progress on an implementation period. This will help give certainty to employers and families that we are going to deliver a smooth Brexit, Mrs May will add. As I proposed in Florence, in September, during this strictly time-limited implementation period which we will now begin to negotiate, we would not be in the single market or the customs union, as we will have left the European Union. This will help give certainty to employers and families that we are going to deliver a smooth Brexit, Mrs May will add. But we would propose that our access to one another's markets would continue as now, while we prepare and implement the new processes and new systems that will underpin our future partnership. During this period we intend to register new arrivals from the EU as preparation for our future immigration system. And we will prepare for our future independent trade policy by negotiating, and where possible signing, trade deals with third countries, which could come into force after the conclusion of the implementation period. EU sources have conceded that Britain would be allowed to start negotiating trade deals with other countries around the world during the transition, but have so far rejected the idea that these could be signed. The Shadow Home Secretary said businesses would be in a terrible position if there was a collapse in the number of Eastern European migrants. Diane Abbott yesterday revealed immigration may not fall after Brexit under Labour. The Shadow Home Secretary said businesses would be in a terrible position if there was a collapse in the number of Eastern European migrants. Ms Abbott refused to commit to lowering the number of people coming into the country after Brexit, and told the BBC's Andrew Marr show, both business and public services like health and education are saying we do indeed need these European migrants that are coming here. We have to listen to them.